The champagne tastes like lies. Mia Torres stands at the edge of the rooftop terrace, Manhattan glittering below like a city made of broken promises. The glass in her hand is expensive, probably more than her rent, but it might as well be poison. Because across the marble expanse, laughing too loud, touching her too much, is the reason Mia's heart turned to stone 6 months ago. Ryan Mitchell, her ex, the man who swore he'd love her forever, right up until he didn't. And draped on his arm like a designer accessory is Chelsea Hartwell. Blonde, perfect. Everything Mia apparently wasn't. The charity gala is packed with New York's elite, women in gowns that cost more than Mia's car. Men in suits tailored to intimidate. The air smells like old money and newer affairs. Mia shouldn't be here. She's a graphic designer who splits rent with 2 roommates and eats ramen 3 nights a week. But her friend Jenna works for the event company, and when she offered Mia a +1, Mia said yes. Big mistake. Huge mistake. Because Ryan wasn't supposed to be here. And he definitely wasn't supposed to notice her the second she walked in. His eyes had found hers across the room, and that goddamn smirk, spread across his face like he'd won something. Now he's walking toward her. Her fingers tighten around the champagne flute. She could leave. She should leave. But her feet refuse to move, rooted to the spot by pride and fury and the burning need to not let him see her break. Mia. Ryan's voice is smooth, practiced. He stops just close enough that she can smell his cologne, the same one she used to love. Didn't expect to see you here. She forces a smile. Funny. I was just thinking the same thing. His gaze travels down her dress, a simple black number she borrowed from Jenna, and back up with casual cruelty. You look nice. Nice. Not beautiful. Not stunning. Nice. Chelsea appears at his side, her hand possessive on his arm. Ryan, darling, who's this? Oh, just an old friend, he says, and the words cut deeper than any insult. An old friend. As if 2 years meant nothing. As if the promises whispered in the dark were just background noise. Mia's throat tightens, but she keeps her expression neutral. Excuse me? She murmurs, turning away before the tears can come. She weaves through the crowd blindly, champagne abandoned on a passing tray. Her vision blurs. The rooftop suddenly feels too small, too crowded, too suffocating. She needs air. She needs space. She needs... Her body collides with something solid. Strong hands catch her shoulders, steadying her before she stumbles in her heels. Careful. The voice is deep, controlled, with an edge that makes her spine straighten instinctively. Mia looks up, and up, into eyes that seem to see straight through her. The man is tall, broad-shouldered, wearing a suit that makes every other man here look like they're playing dress-up. His jaw is sharp enough to cut glass, his dark hair swept back, perfectly. There's silver at his temples that only makes him more striking, but it's his presence that steals her breath. He doesn't just stand in a room, he commands it. I'm sorry, Mia stammers, stepping back. I wasn't looking where... Clearly. His gaze travels over her face, assessing, calculating. Then his eyes flick past her shoulder, and something shifts in his expression. Running from someone? She follows his gaze. Ryan is watching them, jaw tight, Chelsea's smile frozen on her face. An idea forms. Reckless. Stupid. Perfect. If you're enjoying this story so far, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Drop a comment telling me where in the world you're watching from. I love hearing from you. She makes a split-second decision that will change everything. She steps closer to the stranger, close enough to feel the heat radiating from him. Her hand finds his chest, fingers splaying against expensive fabric and solid muscle beneath. Actually, she says, voice steadier than she feels, I need your help. One dark eyebrow arches. Do you? It's not a question. It's a challenge. Mia glances back at Ryan, sees him start to move in their direction, and panic flares. She looks back at the stranger, desperation bleeding into her voice. My ex is here. He cheated on me, broke my heart, and now he's here with her, and I just... Her voice cracks. I just need him to think I've moved on. That I'm fine. That I'm better than fine. The stranger's expression doesn't change. He studies her with unsettling intensity, like he's reading every secret she's ever kept. The silence stretches until Mia is certain he's going to walk away, leave her standing here like the fool she is. Then his hand slides to her waist. Warm, possessive. The touch sends electricity racing up her spine. What's your name? He asks quietly. Mia. Mia Torres. Mia. He says it like he's testing the weight of it. I'm Dominic. Thank you. She breathes. I just need... I know what you need. His hand presses slightly, guiding her closer. But understand something. When I do this, there are rules. Her breath catches. Rules? You don't run from me when he's watching. You don't flinch when I touch you. And you trust me to handle this properly. His voice drops lower, intimate and commanding. Can you do that? She should say no, but when she looks at him, she sees control, protection, certainty. Yes, she whispers. Something flashes in his gaze. Approval, maybe. Or possession. Ryan reaches them just as Dominic pulls Mia against his side, the movement smooth and natural, like they've done this 1,000 times. She feels the strength in him, the coiled danger, and realizes with a jolt that she's just grabbed onto something far more intense than she bargained for. Mia. Ryan's voice has an edge now. Who's your... friend? Dominic's expression doesn't change, but the temperature seems to drop. Dominic Santoro. He extends his free hand. Ryan takes it, automatically, and Mia watches his face go pale. His grip falters. Santoro, as in, yes. Dominic's tone is pleasant, but there's steel underneath. Exactly that, Santoro. The name means nothing to Mia, but it clearly means everything to Ryan. He releases Dominic's hand like it burned him, taking an instinctive step back. Chelsea's eyes have gone wide, her perfectly painted lips parted in something between awe and fear. I didn't realize Mia was... Ryan trails off, unable to finish the sentence. She's with me, Dominic says simply. His fingers tighten slightly at her waist, a subtle claim that makes her skin burn. Have been for a while now, haven't we, Kara? The endearment rolls off his tongue like silk. Mia's heart hammers so hard she's certain everyone can hear it, but she forces herself to lean into Dominic's side, to look up at him with what she hopes passes for affection. Yes, she manages, voice breathy. We have. Dominic's gaze drops to her lips for just a moment, long enough for Ryan to notice, short enough to leave Mia aching for more. You never mentioned her, Ryan says, and there's accusation there, jealousy. I don't mention a lot of things, Dominic replies coolly. Mia values her privacy. I respect that. The implication hangs in the air. Unlike you. Chelsea tugs at Ryan's arm. We should go say hello to the Vanderbilts, darling. But Ryan doesn't move, his gaze fixed on Mia with something she can't quite read. Regret? Anger? Mia, can we talk? Privately? No. Dominic's single word cuts through the tension like a blade. You can't. Ryan's face flushes. I wasn't talking to you. And I wasn't asking your permission. Dominic's posture doesn't change, but suddenly he seems taller, more imposing. The pleasant mask slips just enough to reveal something cold and lethal underneath. Mia has nothing to say to you, now or ever. The crowd around them has started to notice. Heads turn. Whispers ripple outward like stones thrown in still water. Ryan's jaw works, but no words come out. Finally, Chelsea pulls harder on his arm, her voice tight with forced brightness. Come on, Ryan, let's get another drink. He lets himself be led away, but he looks back once, his expression dark with something Mia can't name. The moment they're gone, Mia sags against Dominic, her legs suddenly weak. Oh my God. Breathe, he murmurs, steadying her. You did well. She tilts her head up, studying his face. Now that the performance is over, she expects him to let go, to step away, to tell her the favor is done. But he doesn't move. If anything, his hold tightens slightly. Who are you? She whispers. Really? His lips curve into the faintest smile, not warm, not cold, but something in between. You don't want to know that answer, Mia Torres. The way Ryan looked at you. Fear, Dominic says simply. He recognized my name. Most people in this city do. A chill runs down her spine. What does that mean? It means, he says, guiding her toward the edge of the terrace, away from prying eyes, that you just grabbed the hand of the most dangerous man in New York. She should be terrified. Instead, all she feels is a strange, reckless thrill. I should go, she says, but her body doesn't move. You should, he agrees. Yet his hand remains on her back, warm through the thin fabric of her dress. The city stretches out below them, a million lights flickering in the darkness. The sound of the party fades behind them. Laughter, music, the clink of glasses, until it's just the two of them in this quiet corner of the terrace. Thank you, Mia says finally, forcing herself to step away from his touch. The loss of his warmth feels like stepping into cold water. For helping me. I know it was strange, but thank you. Dominic studies her, his dark eyes unreadable. You're welcome. She turns to go, her heels clicking against the marble, but his voice stops her. Mia. She looks back. You should know something. He steps closer, closing the distance between them with predatory grace. When I touched you just now, when I claimed you in front of all those people. He pauses, his gaze intense enough to pin her in place. That wasn't fake. Her heart stutters. What? You asked for my help and I gave it. But understand this. His hand lifts, fingers brushing her jaw with devastating gentleness. The moment you put your hand on my chest, you became mine. That's how this works. That's not... Mia's voice shakes. That's not how anything works. In my world, it's exactly how it works. Before she can respond, before she can process the words or the heat flooding her body, Dominic steps back. The loss of his proximity feels like a physical blow. Go home, Mia, he says quietly. Think about what you want, because when you see me again, and you will see me again, I'll expect an answer. An answer to what? His eyes burn into hers. Whether you're ready to stop pretending this is temporary. Then he's gone, disappearing into the crowd with the same commanding presence that makes people instinctively step aside. Mia stands frozen, her heart racing, her skin still tingling where he touched her. The night air feels too cold now, the city too bright, her thoughts too chaotic to organize. What just happened? She came here to prove to Ryan that she'd moved on, to show him she was fine, happy, better off without him. Instead, she'd grabbed onto a stranger, a dangerous stranger, and ignited something she doesn't know how to control. Her phone buzzes in her clutch, a text from Jenna. Where are you? Are you okay? Mia types back quickly. Fine, heading out. Talk tomorrow. But she's not fine. She's the opposite of fine. Because somewhere in the last 15 minutes, she stopped pretending. And the worst part, the truly terrifying part, is that she's not sure she wants to stop. Mia's apartment feels too small when she gets home. She kicks off her heels, drops her clutch on the kitchen counter, and collapses onto the second-hand couch. The silence presses in around her, broken only by the hum of the refrigerator and distant traffic. Her hands won't stop shaking. She presses them to her face, trying to ground herself, but all she can feel is the ghost of Dominic's touch. The warmth of his hand on her back. The way his thumb had traced her lip like a promise. That wasn't fake. His words echo in her mind, relentless and consuming. What did he mean? How could it not be fake when they'd only just met? When she'd literally asked him to pretend. Except he hadn't pretended. Not really. Everything about his touch, his voice, the way he'd looked at her, it was all too real. Too intense. Too much. Mia's phone buzzes again. She pulls it from her clutch with trembling fingers, expecting Jenna. But the number is unknown. Her thumb hovers over the message. She should delete it. Block the number. Go to bed and pretend tonight never happened. Instead, she opens it. Unknown. You left before I could give you this properly. DA's second message follows immediately. A single image. Mia's breath stops. It's a photo from tonight, taken from across the terrace. In it, Mia is tucked against Dominic's side, her hand on his chest, his arm around her waist. They're looking at each other, and the expression on her face. She looks like a woman falling. She types back before she can stop herself. Mia, how did you get my number? The response is instant. D. I get everything I want, Kara. You should know that by now. Mia. That's not an answer. D. It's the only one you need. She stares at the screen, pulse racing. This is insane. She should block him, report him, do literally anything except keep texting a man who just admitted to tracking her down without permission. But her fingers move anyway. Mia. What do you want from me? 3 dots appear. Disappear. Appear again. D. The truth. Did you feel it? Mia. Feel what? D. Don't play games, Mia. Not with me. You felt what I felt when I touched you. The way your breath changed. The way you leaned into me like you'd been waiting for permission. Heat floods her face, her body. Because he's right. God help her, he's right. Mia. I don't know you. D. You will. Mia. That sounds like a threat. D. It's a promise. Her heart hammers so hard she can hear it. She should stop this conversation. She should... D. Sleep well, Mia Torres. Tomorrow, everything changes. The messages stop. No matter how long she stares at the screen, no new texts appear. Mia tosses the phone onto the couch cushion and presses her palms to her eyes. What are you doing? She whispers to herself. What the hell are you doing? But she knows the answer. She's stepping into something dangerous, something that should terrify her. And the worst part? She can't wait to see what happens next. Morning comes too bright and too fast. Mia drags herself out of bed after 3 hours of restless sleep. Her reflection in the bathroom mirror looks haunted. Dark circles. Under her eyes, hair a mess, the ghost of last night written all over her face. She showers, dresses in jeans and a simple sweater, and tries to convince herself that yesterday was a fever dream. That Dominic Santoro, if that's even his real name, was just a stranger playing along with a desperate woman's request. But when she checks her phone, the messages are still there. Real, undeniable, terrifying. She's supposed to meet Jenna for brunch at 11. Maybe talking to her best friend will help. Maybe Jenna will tell her she's being crazy, that she needs to block the number and forget about dark eyes and devastating touches. The coffee shop is crowded when Mia arrives. Jenna is already at their usual table by the window, scrolling through her phone with a mimosa in hand. There she is, Jenna says brightly as Mia slides into the seat across from her. The woman who vanished last night without saying goodbye. I texted you, Mia says weakly. A 2-word text doesn't count. Jenna sets down her phone, her expression shifting from teasing to concerned. What happened? You looked upset when I saw you talking to Ryan and then you just disappeared. Mia opens her mouth. Close it. Where does she even start? I did something stupid. She finally admits. Jenna leans forward. How stupid are we talking? Like drunk text your ex stupid or sleep with your boss stupid? Worse. Mia wraps her hands around her coffee mug, needing something to hold on to. I did something impulsive with a stranger at the gala. Jenna blinks. Okay, that's intentionally vague. Who was it? His name is Dominic Santoro. The color drains from Jenna's face. Mia's stomach drops. What? What's wrong? Mia. Jenna's voice is barely above a whisper. Please tell me you're joking. I'm not. Why? Who is he? Jenna glances around the coffee shop like she's checking for eavesdroppers, then leans in close. Dominic Santoro runs half of this city. His family... She stops, choosing her words carefully. They're connected, Mia. Like, seriously connected. The kind of people you don't mess with unless you have a death wish. Mia's heart hammers. Connected how? How do you think? Jenna hisses. The Santoro family has been in New York for generations. They own restaurants, clubs, legitimate businesses. But everyone knows what's underneath. They control everything from the docks to the Diamond District. And Dominic? He's the worst of them. Cold. Ruthless. Untouchable. The coffee in Mia's stomach turns to acid. Oh God. What exactly did you do with him? Mia's voice shakes. Ryan was there with Chelsea, and I panicked. Dominic was nearby, and I asked him to pretend we were together. Just to make Ryan jealous. That's it. That's it? Jenna's eyes are wide. Mia, you don't ask a man like Dominic Santoro for favors. You don't even look at a man like him unless he wants you to. Well, I did. Mia's hands tremble around her mug. And now he has my number, and he texted me last night, and... He what? Mia pulls out her phone with shaking hands and shows Jenna the messages. Jenna reads them, her face going from pale to ghostly. Mia. You need to block this number right now. I can't. Why not? Because part of me doesn't want to. Because when he touched me, I felt more alive than I have in months. Because I'm terrified and exhilarated and I don't know how to stop wanting more. But she can't say any of that out loud. I just... can't, Mia whispers. Jenna grabs her hand across the table. Listen to me. Men like Dominic Santoro don't do casual. They don't do anything fake. If he's texting you, if he's interested... She squeezes tighter. You're in danger, Mia. Real danger. He didn't hurt me. Not yet. But that doesn't mean he won't. The words hang between them, heavy and suffocating. Mia's phone buzzes. They both look down at the screen. D. I'm outside. Mia's breath stops. No. Jenna breathes. No, no, no. Tell me he's not... But when Mia looks up, her eyes find the window and her heart slams against her ribs. A black SUV is parked across the street. Tinted windows. Engine running, and standing beside it, arms crossed, looking directly at her through the glass. Dominic Santoro. He's wearing dark jeans and a leather jacket today. Less formal than last night, but no less commanding. The morning sun catches the silver in his hair, and even from this distance Mia can feel the weight of his gaze. He lifts one hand, a clear gesture. Come here. Don't, Jenna pleads. Mia, please, don't go out there. But Mia is already standing, her body moving on autopilot, because she knows, has known since last night, that there's no running from this. No pretending it didn't happen. Dominic Santoro has marked her, and now she has to face what that means. The coffee shop door chimes as Mia pushes through it, the sound too cheerful for the way her heart is trying to break out of her chest. The morning air is crisp, carrying the scent of exhaust and fresh bagels from the cart on the corner. Normal city sounds. Normal city smells. Nothing about this moment is normal. Dominic doesn't move as she approaches. He stands perfectly still beside the SUV, watching her with that same unreadable intensity from last night. Up close, in daylight, he's even more striking. The leather jacket fits him like it was made for his frame. His jaw is shadowed with stubble. And those eyes, dark, endless, utterly focused on her. Mia stops a few feet away, arms wrapped around herself. "You're following me?" "Yes." No hesitation. No excuse. That's... Her voice shakes. "That's not okay." "I know." He tilts his head slightly. "But I'm doing it anyway." Honesty is somehow worse than a lie. Mia's nails dig into her arms. "Why?" "Because you walked away last night before we finished our conversation." Dominic steps closer and she forces herself not to retreat. "And because your ex-boyfriend is a bigger problem than you realize." Her stomach clenches. "What are you talking about?" "Ryan Mitchell works for Castellano Investments, money laundering front for the Castellano family." His tone is matter of fact, like he's discussing the weather. "They're enemies of mine, have been for years." Mia's head spins. "Ryan. No, he's an accountant, a boring, cheating accountant." "He's an accountant for criminals," Dominic corrects, "which means the moment he saw you with me, he reported it to his bosses. And now the Castellanos are very interested in Mia Torres." The words hit like a physical blow. "That's not... I didn't know..." "Of course you didn't." Something softens in his expression. "You grabbed my hand to make him jealous. You had no idea what world you were stepping into." Mia's knees feel weak. She reaches out instinctively, and Dominic catches her elbow, steadying her. His touch is warm, solid, grounding. "I need to sit down," she whispers. He guides her to the SUV, opening the back door. "Get in." "I can't just... Mia." His voice drops, quiet but absolute. "You're standing on a public street where anyone can see you, including people who now think you matter to me. So either you get in the car where you're safe, or I carry you. Your choice." She looks up at him, searching for any sign that he's exaggerating, trying to scare her. She finds nothing but cold certainty. Mia climbs into the SUV. The interior is exactly like last night. Leather seats, tinted windows, the faint scent of cedar and something darker. Dominic slides in beside her and the door closes with a solid thunk that feels too much like a cell door locking. The driver, a broad-shouldered man with a scar along his jaw, glances in the rearview mirror. "Where to, boss?" "Home," Dominic says. Then, to Mia, "We need to talk. Somewhere private." "I'm not going to your house." "Yes, you are." He shifts to face her fully. "Because in about 5 minutes, 2 of Castellano's men are going to walk into that coffee shop looking for you. And your friend Jenna is going to tell them you just left with me. Which means they'll start following you, watching you, waiting for an opportunity." Mia's breath comes faster. "An opportunity for what?" "To use you to get to me." His jaw tightens. "To hurt you because hurting you hurts me." "But I'm not... We're not..." She struggles to find words. "Last night was fake. They have to know that." "They don't know anything except what they saw." Dominic's gaze burns into hers. "And what they saw was me claiming you in front of half of New York's elite. Touching you like you belong to me, making it very clear that anyone who comes near you answers to me." Heat floods her face. "You did all that to help me." "I did it because I wanted to," he corrects quietly. "And now you're caught in the middle of a war you didn't ask for." The SUV pulls into traffic, smooth and silent. Mia watches the city slide past through tinted windows, her mind racing. This can't be real. Things like this don't happen to graphic designers from Queens who eat ramen and split rent. Except it is real. The text messages, the SUV, the man sitting beside her radiating controlled danger. "What do you want from me?" she asks quietly. Dominic is silent for a long moment. Then, I want you to let me protect you. Why? She turns to look at him. You don't know me. I know enough. His hand lifts, fingertips brushing her jaw with devastating gentleness. I know you're brave enough to face down your ex in front of a room full of strangers. I know you're proud enough not to cry even when he tried to break you. I know you trusted me when you had every reason not to. Mia's breath catches. That's not knowing someone. It's knowing the important parts. The SUV turns onto a tree-lined street, buildings giving way to brownstones and iron gates. Mia's pulse quickens as they slow in front of a massive townhouse, 5 stories of brick and glass tucked behind security cameras and discreet surveillance. This is your home? She asks faintly. One of them. Of course it is. The driver opens her door. Dominic steps out first, then offers his hand. Mia hesitates, staring at those outstretched fingers. Taking his hand feels like accepting something she can't take back. But what choice does she have? She places her palm in his. His fingers close around hers, warm and certain, and he pulls her out of the SUV with effortless strength. The contact sends electricity racing up her arm, and she sees the flash of awareness in his eyes. He feels it too. Come, he murmurs. The townhouse interior is nothing like she expected. She'd imagined dark, oppressive rooms filled with expensive ugliness. Instead, she finds high ceilings, natural light, and clean lines. Art on the walls that looks original. Books on shelves that look read. It feels human. Surprised? Dominic asks, watching her reaction. I don't know what I expected. Something out of a movie, probably. Dark and threatening. His lips curve slightly. I'm a businessman, Mia, not a cartoon villain. A businessman, she repeats carefully. Among other things. He guides her to a sitting room overlooking a private garden. The furniture is comfortable without being ostentatious. A fire crackles in the fireplace even though it's not quite cold enough to need it. Dominic gestures to a leather sofa. Sit. I'll get you something to drink. I don't want... You're shaking. His voice is gentle but firm. Sit down before you fall down. Mia sinks onto the sofa, hating that he's right. Her legs feel like water. Her hands won't stop trembling. Dominic returns with 2 glasses of amber liquid. He presses one into her hand. Whiskey. It'll help. It's 10 in the morning. And you've just learned you're being hunted by the Mafia. He settles into the chair across from her, long legs stretched out. I think we can break a few rules. Mia takes a sip. The whiskey burns going down, but it steadies her. She takes another sip, then sets the glass on the coffee table. Tell me everything. Dominic studies her for a long moment, as if deciding how much truth she can handle. Then he begins. My family has controlled certain interests in New York for 4 generations. Legitimate businesses mostly. Restaurants, real estate, import-export. But we also have connections that exist in the shadows. Protection, information, influence. The Mafia, Mia says flatly. That word is outdated, but yes, if you want to simplify it. He takes a drink. The Castellano family wants what we have. Territory, respect, power. They've been pushing into our operations for the past 2 years, trying to force us out, or force us into a war. And Ryan works for them. Ryan Mitchell is nothing, a low-level accountant who probably doesn't even know half of what his bosses do. Dominic's eyes harden. But he knows my face, and when he saw you with me, saw the way I touched you, claimed you, he saw an opportunity. Mia's stomach twists. So this is my fault? No. The word is sharp, immediate. This is my fault. I should have walked away when you asked for help. I should have known better than to make such a public display. He leans forward, elbows on his knees. But I didn't. Because from the moment you put your hand on my chest and looked up at me with those desperate eyes, I couldn't walk away. If you're hooked on this story, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Your support means everything and helps me bring you more emotional stories like this one. The confession hangs between them, raw and honest. Mia's throat tightens. So what happens now? Now I keep you safe until the Castellanos understand you're under my protection. That touching you means war with the Santoro family. Once they understand the cost is too high, they'll back off. How long will that take? Days, maybe weeks. He watches her carefully. Which means you can't go home, can't go to work, can't follow your normal routine. The words land like blows. You want me to just disappear? I want you alive, he says simply. Mia stands abruptly, pacing to the window. The garden outside is beautiful. Manicured hedges, stone paths, a fountain in the center. A gilded cage. I can't just abandon my life, she says to the glass. I have a job, friends, responsibilities. I'll take care of everything. Dominic's voice comes from directly behind her. She didn't hear him move. Your rent, your bills. I'll make sure Jenna knows you're safe. Your boss will be told you have a family emergency. She spins to face him. And what do I do? Sit here and wait for you to decide when I can have my life back? Yes. No apology in his tone, just certainty. That's not protection, Mia says, voice shaking with anger and fear. That's prison. It's survival. He steps closer and she backs against the window. You think I want this? You think I enjoy tearing your life apart? Then let me go. I can't. His hand comes up, palm flat against the glass beside her head. Because if I let you walk out that door, you'll be dead within 48 hours. And I won't let that happen. Mia's breath comes in short gasps. She's trapped between his body and the window, his presence overwhelming. You don't get to decide that. Someone has to. His free hand lifts, fingers gentle on her jaw. And since you walked into my world asking for my help, that someone is me. I didn't ask for this, she whispers. I know. His thumb strokes her cheek, the touch devastating in its tenderness. But here we are anyway. For a long moment they just stare at each other. Mia can feel the heat radiating from him, smell the subtle cologne mixed with leather. Her heart hammers so hard she's certain he can feel it. I'm scared, she admits. Good. His voice drops to a murmur. Fear keeps you alive, but you don't have to be scared of me. How do I know that? Because if I wanted to hurt you, Kara, I would have done it already. His eyes search hers. I'm many things. Violent, yes. Ruthless when I need to be. But I don't hurt women. I don't break innocent people just because I can. And I sure as hell don't let harm come to someone under my protection. The words should comfort her. They don't. Because comfort isn't what she feels standing this close to him. What she feels is dangerous. Electric. Terrifyingly alive. Before she can second-guess herself, Mia reaches up and touches his face. Her fingers trace the line of his jaw, feeling the stubble rasp against her skin. Dominic goes absolutely still. His eyes darken, pupils dilating. What are you doing? He asks, voice rough. I don't know, Mia admits, testing something. Testing what? Whether this is real. Her fingers slide to the back of his neck. Or if I imagined everything I felt last night. His hand covers hers, not pulling away but holding her there. You didn't imagine it. Prove it. The words are barely out of her mouth before he moves. His lips crash against hers with devastating intensity, not gentle, not careful, but hungry and claiming. Mia gasps, and he takes advantage, deepening the kiss until her knees buckle. His arm bands around her waist, holding her up, holding her against him. She tastes whiskey and something darker, something that makes her head spin. Her fingers tangle in his hair, pulling him closer, even though closer seems impossible. When he finally pulls back, they're both breathing hard. His forehead rests against hers, his control clearly frayed. "Still think it's fake?" he murmurs. Mia can't speak. Her lips feel swollen, her body humming with need. "That's what I thought." He steps back carefully, putting distance between them like it physically pains him. "You should rest. There's a guest room upstairs. Everything you need is already there." "How did you—" "I had someone collect your things this morning. Clothes, toiletries, your laptop." At her shocked expression, he adds, "I told you, I take care of what's mine." "I'm not yours," Mia says, but the protest sounds weak even to her own ears. Dominic's smile is slow, dangerous, absolutely certain. "Keep telling yourself that, Kara. Maybe eventually you'll believe it." He turns toward the door, then pauses. "One more thing." "What?" "That kiss?" His eyes burn into hers. "Remember that." Then he's gone, leaving Mia alone with her racing heart and the terrifying realization that she's in far deeper than she ever intended. The guest room is on the third floor, flooded with afternoon light. Mia stands in the doorway, taking it in. A king-sized bed with white linens, a sitting area by the window, an ensuite bathroom that's bigger than her entire bedroom at home. And there, laid out on the bed, are her clothes. Not just grabbed randomly, carefully selected. Her favorite jeans, the sweaters she actually wears, her worn sneakers and the boots she splurged on last year. Someone went through her closet and knew what mattered to her. The intimacy of that is almost worse than the kidnapping. Mia sinks onto the bed, pressing her hands to her face. What is she doing? She should be calling the police, calling Jenna, demanding to be released. But when she thinks about walking out that door, about going back to her apartment alone and unprotected, terror floods her system. Because Dominic was right about one thing. She believed him when he said she was in danger. Her phone buzzes. She pulls it from her pocket. Jenna calling. Mia answers. "Hey." "Oh my God, are you okay?" Jenna's voice is frantic. "Two men came into the coffee shop right after you left asking questions. I didn't tell them anything, but Mia, they were—" "I know." Mia keeps her voice calm. "Dominic told me." Silence. Then carefully. "Where are you right now?" "Somewhere safe." "Define safe." "With him." "Mia." "I know how this sounds," Mia interrupts. "I know you're worried. But Jenna, if what he says is true, then staying with him is the only option I have. Or you could go to the police. And tell them what? That my ex-boyfriend's employers might want to hurt me because I fake dated a mobster?" Mia laughs bitterly. "They'd think I was insane." "Because it is insane." Jenna's voice rises. "This whole thing is insane and you're just going along with it? What else am I supposed to do?" The question hangs there. Because they both know the answer. Nothing. There's nothing else Mia can do. Finally, Jenna sighs. "Just be careful, okay? And text me every day so I know you're alive." "I will. I promise." After they hang up, Mia stares at her phone. One new message notification. "Unknown number. Tell your friend to be careful too. They know you're close." De-ice floods Mia's veins. She types back immediately. "Mia, are you threatening my best friend?" D. "I'm warning you, there's a difference." Mia, "Keep her out of this." D. "I intend to. But you need to tell her to watch her back. Change her routine. Be aware of her surroundings." Mia, "This is insane." D. "This is reality. Welcome to my world, Kara." Mia tosses the phone onto the bed and buries her face in her hands. How did her life spiral so completely out of control in less than 24 hours? A soft knock sounds at the door. "Come in," she calls, expecting Dominic. Instead, a woman enters, late 50s, warm brown skin, kind eyes, wearing an apron dusted with flour. "Hello, dear, I'm Rosa. I manage the house." Mia stands quickly. "Hi, I'm Mia Torres. Yes, Mr. Santoro told me." Rosa's smile is genuine. "I wanted to see if you needed anything. Are you hungry? I'm making lunch." The kindness is so unexpected that Mia's throat tightens. "I... yes, actually, thank you." "Good. Come down to the kitchen in 20 minutes, and don't worry." Rosa pats her hand. "Mr. Santoro may be many things, but he keeps his word. If he says you're safe here, you're safe here." After Rosa leaves, Mia explores the bathroom. Her toiletries are arranged on the counter, her shampoo, her face wash, even the specific brand of toothpaste she prefers. The attention to detail is both comforting and unnerving. She splashes water on her face, trying to process everything. 24 hours ago, she was just Mia Torres, a failed relationship survivor trying to move on with her life. Now she's under the protection of a mafia boss who kisses like sin and looks at her like she's already his. And the truly terrifying part? She's not sure she wants to run anymore. 3 days pass in a surreal haze. Mia wakes each morning in sheets that smell like lavender and expensive detergent. Rosa brings her breakfast, real food, not the granola bars and instant coffee she survives on at home. The sun streams through floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the garden, and for brief moments, she can almost pretend this is a vacation. Then she remembers she's a prisoner. A comfortable prisoner, but a prisoner nonetheless. Dominic is everywhere and nowhere. She catches glimpses of him, on the phone in his office, his voice low and dangerous. Standing in the garden at dawn, coffee in hand, shoulders tense, leaving in the SUV with men who look like they eat danger for breakfast. But he doesn't come to her room, doesn't seek her out. It's like that kiss never happened. On the fourth morning, Mia finds him in the library. He's behind a massive oak desk, reading glasses perched on his nose, focused on documents spread before him. The glasses make him look different, less dangerous, more human. "You wear glasses," she says from the doorway. He looks up, and something flickers in his expression. Surprise, maybe, or pleasure that she's seeking him out. "Only when I'm working." He removes them, setting them aside. "Did you need something?" "Information." Mia steps into the room. "You said it would be days, maybe weeks. It's been 4 days. What's happening?" Dominic leans back in his chair, studying her. "The Castellanos are testing boundaries, watching your apartment, following Jenna. Don't worry, I have people protecting her too. They're trying to figure out if you're worth starting a war over. And? And they're starting to realize you might be." Mia's stomach twists. "Because of how you acted that night." "Partly." His gaze is steady. "But also because I've made it very clear that anyone who touches you dies. No warnings, no negotiations, just consequences." The casual way he says it makes her shiver. "You'd really kill someone over me?" Without hesitation. "You don't even know me." Dominic rises from his chair with fluid grace, circling the desk. He stops in front of her, close enough that she has to tilt her head back to meet his eyes. "I know you bite your bottom lip when you're thinking," he says quietly. "I know you take your coffee with too much cream and not enough sugar. I know you check your phone every morning hoping for a message from me, then hate yourself for hoping." Mia's breath catches. "I don't." "You do." His hand lifts, fingertips ghosting along her jaw. "I know you're terrified of what you feel when I touch you. I know you lie awake at night remembering that kiss. I know you want me to do it again." Her pulse hammers. "You're very sure of yourself." "I'm sure of what I see." His thumb traces her lower lip. "The question is, how long are you going to keep pretending you don't feel this too?" Before she can answer, his phone buzzes. He glances at the screen and his expression hardens. I have to take this. He steps away, phone to his ear. Talk to me. Mia watches his face change, the way his jaw tightens, the way his free hand curls into a fist. Whatever he's hearing, it's not good. When? A pause. How many? Another pause, longer this time. No. Absolutely not. I don't care what it costs. Keep her safe. He ends the call and stands perfectly still for a moment, the calm before a storm. What happened? Mia asks. They made a move. He turns to face her, and his eyes are darker than she's ever seen them. The Castellanos tried to grab Jenna an hour ago. Mia's world tilts. What? She's fine, Dominic says quickly, crossing to her. My men got there first. She's safe. But Mia... He grips her shoulders. This means they're escalating. They're willing to go after people you care about to get to me. Oh God. Mia's knees buckle. This is my fault. I should never have... Stop. His hands frame her face, forcing her to look at him. This is not your fault. This is the Castellanos showing me they're willing to cross lines. But they're about to learn that was a mistake. Something in his tone makes her shiver. What are you going to do? What I should have done from the beginning. He releases her, moving to the desk and pulling out a phone, not the one he usually carries. I'm going to end this. How? By making sure Vittorio Castellano understands exactly what it costs to threaten what's mine. There's that word again. Mine. Mia should protest it. Should demand he stop, treating her like a possession. But when she thinks about Jenna being grabbed, about innocent people getting hurt because of her, she finds she doesn't care about semantics anymore. I want to help, she says. Dominic looks up sharply. No. Yes. She steps closer, chin lifted. This started because I asked for your help. Because I wanted revenge on a cheating ex. Let me fix it. By doing what exactly? I don't know. Frustration bleeds into her voice. But there has to be something. I can't just sit here while you fight a war because of me. Something shifts in his expression. Respect? Maybe, or recognition. You want to help? Yes. Then trust me to handle this. He crosses to her, moving with that predatory grace that makes her heart race. Because what I'm about to do isn't something you want to be part of, Mia. It's not going to be clean or pretty or safe. I don't care. I do. His hands find her waist, pulling her against him. I care that you sleep at night. I care that you don't have blood on your hands. I care that when this is over, you can walk away and still be the woman who walked up to me and asked for help. Tears burn her eyes. I don't want to walk away. The words are out before she can stop them. Dominic goes perfectly still. What? I don't want to walk away. Mia repeats, voice trembling. I know I should. I know this is crazy and dangerous and wrong in every way. But Dominic... She looks up at him, tears spilling over. I don't want to walk away from you. For a long moment he just stares at her. Then something breaks in his carefully controlled expression. He kisses her like he's drowning and she's air. His hands slide into her hair, tilting her head back, his mouth claiming hers with devastating intensity. Mia gasps, and he deepens the kiss, his tongue sweeping against hers in a rhythm that makes her knees weak. She grips his shirt, holding on, kissing him back with everything she's been holding back for 4 days. The fear, the frustration, the desperate need she's been trying to deny. It all pours into the kiss until she can't tell where she ends and he begins. When they finally break apart, both breathing hard, Dominic rests his forehead against hers. I love you, he says, the words rough and raw. I know it's too soon. I know it doesn't make sense. But Mia, I fell for you the moment you put your hand on my chest and looked at me like I could save you. Her heart cracks open. Dominic, You don't have to say it back. His thumb wipes away her tears. I just need you to know. Whatever happens next, whatever I have to do to keep you safe, it's because I love you. Not because you're leverage or a possession or a responsibility. Because you're everything. Mia kisses him again, softer this time, pouring everything she can't say into the touch. When she pulls back, she whispers against his lips. Then come back to me. Do whatever you have to do, but come back to me. Always, he promises. Night falls, over the city, like a shroud. Mia stands at the window in her room, watching the garden lights flicker on. Dominic left hours ago with Marco and 4 other men, all of them armed, all of them wearing expressions that said this was the night everything changed. Rosa brought her dinner, but it sits untouched on the tray. Mia's stomach is too twisted with worry to eat. Her phone buzzes. She grabs it desperately. D. It's done. Mia. Are you okay? D. Yes. On my way back to you. Mia. What happened? D. I'll tell you everything when I get there. But Mia, it's over. You're safe now. Relief and dread war in her chest. She wants to believe him. Needs to believe him. But the word done carries weight. She's not sure she wants to understand. An hour later, she hears the front door open. Voices in the hallway. Dominic's deep rumble. Marco's quieter responses. Then footsteps on the stairs. Her door opens. Dominic stands in the doorway, and Mia's breath catches. There's blood on his shirt. Not a lot, but enough. His knuckles are raw. His hair is messed from running his hands through it. He looks exhausted and fierce and utterly devastating. You're hurt, Mia says, moving toward him. It's not my blood. He steps inside, closing the door behind him. Most of it anyway. She reaches for his hands, inspecting the damage. What did you do? I met with Vittorio Castellano, had a very direct conversation about boundaries and consequences. His jaw tightens. He understood. Just like that? Not just like that. Dominic's eyes meet hers. I had to make examples. Show him what happens when someone threatens my family. It wasn't pretty, Mia. And I won't lie to you about what I'm capable of when someone I love is in danger. The honesty is both terrifying and oddly comforting. At least he's not pretending to be something he's not. Mia pulls him toward the bathroom. Sit. Let me clean you up. He obeys without protest, settling on the edge of the bathtub while she wets a washcloth. She kneels between his legs, carefully cleaning the blood from his knuckles. You're good at this, he murmurs. I had a lot of practice with Ryan. The words slip out before she can stop them. He'd come home with bruised knuckles, and I'd clean them up without asking questions. I thought I was being a good girlfriend. I didn't realize I was enabling a monster. Dominic's hand catches her chin, forcing her to look up. I'm not him. I know. Do you? His gaze searches hers. Because I need you to understand the difference. Ryan hurt people because he was weak and angry and cruel. I hurt people to protect what matters. It's not the same. Isn't it? No. His thumb strokes her jaw. One is evil wearing a mask. The other is necessary violence in service of something worth protecting. You, Jenna, my family. I don't enjoy it, Mia, but I won't apologize for it either. She studies his face, the sharp lines, the dark eyes, the mouth that can be cruel or tender depending on who he's facing. And she realizes something profound. She's not afraid of him. She should be, but she's not. What happens now? She asks quietly. Now? Dominic pulls her up, settling her on his lap. Now the Castellanos understand you're untouchable. They've agreed to pull back. To leave you and everyone you care about alone. The war is over before it really began. And Ryan? Fired. Blacklisted. He won't work in this city again. His arms tighten around her. He can't hurt you anymore. Mia's throat closes. You did all that for me. I'd do more. He tilts her face up. I'd burn this entire city down if it meant keeping you safe. The declaration should terrify her. Instead, it makes her feel cherished in a way she's never experienced. I love you, she whispers. Dominic goes perfectly still. Say that again. I love you. Tears spill down her cheeks. I know it's crazy. I know we barely know each other. But Dominic, I love you. He kisses her with aching tenderness, his hands gentle in her hair. When he pulls back, his eyes are bright with something that looks suspiciously like tears. I need you to understand something, he says roughly. This life, my life, it's dangerous. There will always be enemies, always threats. I can protect you, but I can't promise you'll ever be completely safe. I don't need completely safe. Mia frames his face with her hands. I just need you. You have me. He stands, lifting her with him. Always. For as long as you'll have me. She wraps her legs around his waist, kissing him deeply. Then take me to bed. His eyes darken with heat and promise. Are you sure? I've never been more sure of anything. Dominic carries her to the bed, laying her down with a reverence that makes her heart ache. He strips off his bloodied shirt, revealing scarred skin and muscle, then covers her body with his. No more pretending, he murmurs against her lips. No more pretending, Mia agrees. And when he makes love to her, slow and intense and absolutely real, Mia finally understands what it means to be claimed, not as property, but as something infinitely more precious, as someone worth fighting for, worth protecting, worth loving. The gallery opening is packed with Manhattan's art scene elite. Mia stands beside her newest installation, a mixed media piece exploring themes of danger and desire, fear and freedom, and tries not to fidget with the diamond bracelet on her wrist. Dominic's gift, one of many. You're nervous, Jenna says, appearing at her elbow with champagne. Stop it. Your work is incredible. Easy for you to say. You're not the one being judged by people who think graphic designers can't be real artists. Then prove them wrong. Jenna clinks her glass against Mia's. You've spent 3 months creating this collection. Own it. Mia takes a sip, letting the bubbles calm her nerves. The past 3 months have been a whirlwind. Once the threat from the Castellanos ended, Dominic had offered her a choice. Stay with him or return to her old life. She'd chosen to stay, not because she was afraid, not because she had nowhere else to go, but because she'd found something with him she never expected. A partnership built on trust and passion and brutal honesty. He'd supported her art, encouraged her to quit her job and pursue her real passion. He'd given her space and time and resources, and in return, she'd given him something he'd never had before, someone who saw the man beneath the monster and loved him anyway. He's here, Jenna murmurs. Mia turns and her breath catches. Dominic stands at the entrance, devastating in a black suit, his dark eyes scanning the crowd until they find her. When their gazes meet, he smiles, that rare, genuine smile he saves only for her. He crosses the gallery with purpose, people instinctively stepping aside. When he reaches her, he pulls her into his arms, kissing her softly despite the watching crowd. You're late, Mia murmurs against his lips. Business ran long. Forgive me? His hand finds the small of her back, that possessive touch she's come to crave. Always. He studies her installation, something unreadable crossing his face. Is this us? Parts of it. She steps closer, following his gaze. The collision of two worlds, the danger of falling, the beauty in surrender. It's perfect. He looks down at her. You're perfect. I'm really not. To me, you are. He reaches into his jacket pocket and pulls out a small velvet box. Mia's heart stops. Dominic. Before you panic, he says, a smile tugging at his lips. This isn't what you think. Not yet, anyway. He opens the box. Inside is a key. Old brass. Ornate. Clearly antique. What is this? A key to the brownstone 2 blocks from mine. His thumb strokes her wrist. I know you need your own space. Your own studio. But I also know I sleep better when you're close. So I bought you a place. Your name on the deed. Your space to create. But close enough that I can protect you. Tears blur Mia's vision. You bought me a house. I bought you freedom. He corrects gently. With the security of knowing I'm always nearby if you need me. Mia throws her arms around his neck, kissing him hard enough to make the watching crowd murmur. When she pulls back, she's laughing and crying at once. You're insane. About you? Absolutely. He tucks a strand of hair behind her ear. So is that a yes? Yes. God, yes. As the gallery buzzes around them, as Jenna grins from across the room, as critics examine her work and patrons make offers, Mia realizes something profound. She'd walked up to a stranger asking him to fake a relationship for revenge. Instead, she'd found the realest thing in her life. Just love. Dangerous, consuming, absolutely real love. And as Dominic pulls her close, whispering promises against her temple, Mia knows with absolute certainty this is exactly where she belongs. The courthouse steps are cold beneath Mia's heels, but Dominic's hand is warm in hers. You don't have to do this, he says for the 3rd time. We can have a big wedding. Your family. My family. The whole production. Mia squeezes his fingers. I don't need a production. I just need you. He studies her face, searching for doubt. Finding none, he smiles, that devastating smile that still makes her heart stutter. Then let's make this real. They'd debated for weeks. Dominic had wanted to give her everything. A dress from Paris, a venue that would make headlines, a celebration worthy of a Santoro wedding. But Mia had realized something during those debates. She didn't want spectacle. She'd spent too much of her life performing for others, pretending to be happy when she wasn't, pretending relationships were fine when they were toxic. With Dominic, everything was real, raw, honest. So why start their marriage with pretense? Inside, the ceremony is quick and efficient. The judge reads the vows. They exchange rings, his grandmother's sapphire for her, a platinum band she'd designed for him. When the judge says, "You may kiss your bride," Dominic cups her face with both hands. I love you, Mia Santoro, he murmurs. The name sends shivers through her. I love you too. The kiss is soft at first, then deeper, until the judge clears his throat pointedly. They break apart laughing, and Mia realizes she can't remember the last time she felt this light, this free, this absolutely certain about a choice. Outside, Marco is waiting with the SUV, a bottle of champagne chilling in the back. Congratulations, Mrs. Santoro, he says with a rare smile. Thank you, Marco. As they drive through the city, her city now theirs, Dominic pulls her close. No regrets? He asks quietly. Only one. At his sharp look, she smiles. I regret that it took Ryan cheating on me to find you. I wish I'd grabbed your hand sooner. Dominic's laugh is rich and genuine. Then I'm grateful for Ryan's stupidity. It brought me everything I didn't know I needed. They drive to the brownstone, her studio, their second home. Inside, Rosa has left flowers and food and champagne on ice. But Mia barely notices the details, because Dominic is lifting her into his arms, carrying her up the stairs to the bedroom, laying her on sheets that smell like home. Mrs. Santoro, he murmurs, lips trailing down her neck. I like the sound of that. So do I. She pulls him closer. Now stop talking and kiss your wife. He does. And as the city glows outside their window, as their clothes scatter across the floor, as they make love with the desperate intensity of two people who found each other against impossible odds, Mia thinks back to that night on the rooftop, the champagne that tasted like lies, the ex who tried to break her, the stranger whose hand she'd grabbed in desperation. She'd asked him to pretend. Instead, he grabbed her wrist and said, "This isn't fake anymore." And he'd been right. None of it was fake. Not his protection. Not his love. Not the way he'd torn apart his carefully controlled world to keep her safe. It was real. Messy and dangerous and absolutely, perfectly real. "What are you thinking?" Dominic asks, brushing hair from her face. Mia smiles up at him. This man who'd killed for her, fought for her, loved her with an intensity that should terrify her, but instead makes her feel invincible. "I'm thinking," she says softly, "that faking it with you was the best mistake I ever made." He kisses her again, deep and claiming. "Not a mistake, Kara. Fate." "You believe in fate?" "I believe in you." His hand finds hers, fingers lacing together. "And I believe that some things are meant to be, even when they start with a lie." "Especially then," Mia agrees. "Because sometimes you grab a stranger's hand and discover he's been waiting for you all along." The gallery is packed again. Mia's second solo show, even more successful than the first. But tonight, she's not focused on the crowd or the critics or the red dots appearing next to her pieces. Tonight, she's focused on the man standing across the room, his hand resting protectively on the small of a woman's back. Not her, but Jenna, who's finally dating one of Marco's more respectable associates. Dominic catches her watching and winks. In her pocket, Mia's phone buzzes. She pulls it out discreetly. "D, meet me in the back gallery." "Now." "Mia, I'm in the middle of my own show." "D, I know. Come anyway. She should stay. She should work the room, talk to patrons, be professional." But when Dominic Santoro calls, Mia goes. She finds him in the smaller back gallery, empty except for one piece. Her latest, unveiled tonight. A mixed media installation titled The Claiming. "What do you think?" she asks, moving to his side. "I think," he says slowly, "that you've captured exactly what it feels like to fall in love with you." He turns to face her, and Mia's breath catches, because he's holding a ring box. "Dominic, I know we're already married," he says, cutting her off gently. "I know we did it our way, quick and private. But Mia..." He opens the box, revealing a diamond that catches the gallery lights and throws rainbows across the walls. "I want to give you the moment you deserved. The proposal, the question, the choice." Tears blur her vision. "You already gave me all of that. Then let me give it to you again." He drops to one knee, and Mia's heart cracks wide open. "Mia Torres Santoro, you grabbed my hand when you needed help, and I've never let go. You saw the worst parts of me and loved me anyway. You turned my world upside down and made me believe in things I thought I'd lost. Trust. Partnership. Forever. Will you marry me again? Properly this time, with your family and mine, with all the production and spectacle you wouldn't let me give you the first time?" Mia laughs through tears. "You want a do-over? I want to give you everything." He rises, slipping the ring onto her finger beside her wedding band. "Including the wedding you deserve." She kisses him, tasting salt and champagne and absolute certainty. "Yes. 1,000 times. Yes." The gallery erupts in applause, because of course people have been watching, drawn by the drama, by the love so evident it radiates like heat. But Mia doesn't care, because she has everything she never knew she needed: A man who'd fake date her for revenge and end up giving her forever. A love that started with pretense and became the most real thing in her life. And a future that promises danger and passion and absolutely no more pretending. Just the truth. Raw, honest, devastating truth. And that's worth more than any fairy tale. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you loved this story, check out the other videos on your screen now. I think you'll really enjoy them. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. See you in the next story.